Have you been looking for a community of entrepreneurs off of Facebook? Maybe you've considered starting a tech company, or maybe you're looking for a fresh community of like minded women. Today, I have a very special guest. My friend, Inbal Claudio, is a mother of three, wife, and two times entrepreneur that currently lives in Southern California. She's a candle maker turned tech founder. Inbal's passion for empowering women entrepreneurs has led her to create Like Minded Collective, which is a social media platform for dreamers, creators, and female founders. Her mission is to make every single female founder, no matter what stage of business they're in, know how incredible they are and have the support that they need. I met Inbal in another community, and then I found my way to her community, Like Minded Collective, and I have decided that it is a wonderful and free community, and I'm really excited to share it with everyone because I know I'm kind of known for Facebook groups, but as I always say, my methodologies and strategies can be used in any community. And I think it's important that as a community builder and truly just an ambassador of leadership and wanting to encourage more of you to take action and to be the leader that you know you can be, that we shine the light on all of these communities. And Like Minded Collective has become one of my go-to communities that is not on Facebook. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back to the Messy Success Podcast. I'm your host, Elizabeth Henson, and I help high-performing artists and creative leaders grow and scale communities so that marketing is easy. This podcast combines business tips and real-life experiences in being the creative entrepreneur that we all are. So you're in the right place if you want to leave feeling a little bit more confident and normalize these day-to-day struggles that we all experience as business owners. And you can do this while mastering your marketing so that business is light and easy. I'm so glad you're joining me here where we can get a little bit messy, a little bit creative, and it's okay to be super ambitious. Let's get started. All right, Imbal, I am so excited to have you here today. I feel like we've had 3 or 4 different Zoom calls over the past month, and now I get to introduce you to all of our listeners. So I already told them surface level what you do, but tell us in your own words what exactly you do and how you help people.
Yeah, so I am the founder of Like Minded Collective. It is a social networking platform for women entrepreneurs. So anywhere from aspiring entrepreneurs all the way up to women who have raised millions, brands, products, services, and influencers. Everyone is welcome. I just didn't find a place on the World Wide Web that had a free place for women to connect, for free community, free resources, free networking, just an all encompassing place for women to just build genuine relationships and thrive in business. So that's what Like Minded Collective is.
I love it. And one of my favorite things is like, if you can't find it, create it. So it sounds like you kind of hopped around trying out different communities and nothing really felt like home.
Yeah, so I had a candle company. Now in August, it'll be 7 years. And when my first daughter was born, I really had to pivot to more of an online space, and I didn't have the resources to do that. I had no idea where to even start, and I didn't have any entrepreneur friends. So I tried all the communities, the free ones. There's Facebook groups, which had restrictions. Influencer marketing platforms were charging like $500 a month, which I obviously couldn't afford. Coaches wanted me to, spend thousands with them. People wanted to sell me courses. Communities were like making you sign up for an entire year.
Yeah.
And so there was just, I was looked at as a dollar sign essentially when I really just wanted to create community and a place for women to just be welcomed, and feel like they're actually important for what they want to do and what they're building, not how much they can spend on services.
Yeah, and one of the things I love about Like Minded Collective right off the bat was I feel like it aligned with so many of my core values and building, a local community here that I eventually took online, but I never really took it to the next level that you have with Like Minded is just like knowing that we all feel small and invisible on social media at times. Like we can work so hard on creating a post that gets no engagement, and then it's taxing, right? Like it's taxing to spend all that time just to have no eyes on it. And something that I really used to teach people that I think about when I see your community is like it's okay to hang out in like a smaller pond, right? Like we all want to just jump on like Jasmine Starr's page and Jenna Kutcher's page, and like you're never going to get noticed in a sea of comments of thousands of people. But if you can find like these little communities of like-minded people, you're going to be seen and heard. Like the first time I engaged on your platform, I think I ended up scheduling like a coffee chat with somebody.
Yeah, and that's the goal, right? Because I think people are told, promote your business, promote your business, promote your business. And so that's why people join so many communities. They go in, they post, and then they leave, right?
Mhm.
Or they like search for a post that they can sell their business on. But the real business and referrals and clients come from relationships that you've made and referrals from people that you've built relationships with. So, like you said, like joining even one or two communities instead of 10 and just really honing in, like going to their events. I know that people ask me for referrals all the time. And the people that
Mhm.
I refer out are people that I've had conversation with that show up to the communities that help people in the posts and just I know their value, right? Not just because they're showing up, but I know how good they are and so I trust that my referral is going to benefit the person asking. So show up, make your have people remember your name and what
Yeah.
you do and just give like this. I feel like this boils down to such simplicity, but it's so difficult for people to do because all they're looking for is that dollar sign and it will come if you just provide value.
Yes, like just showing up and engaging and building those one-to-one relationships. Like
Mhm.
that one-to-one relationship will pay more dividends than a huge audience any day.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. And it's proven, if you see people just posting and leaving, then they're not going to stay top of mind for you, right? But if
Mhm.
somebody's coming in, they're engaging, they're asking for coffee chats, they want to learn about you and your business, they're not just talking about themselves, then that relationship is going to grow, I mean, tenfold.
Yeah. Okay, I have two different things I wanna ask. The first one, I know that the name is kinda self-explanatory, like-minded collective, but is there anything else you wanna share with the journey or why you named it what you did?
It's so funny. Like when I name my businesses, it's just I throw a bunch of words on paper that resonate with my mission and what I
Mm.
want to do. And when I saw like-minded, I was like, "Oh, like I love that because I don't have many rules for the platform, but I have a few and it's basically just to be kind and promote businesses that are your own."
Mm.
And that in and of itself, just anybody who can abide by those two rules are similar and can riff on something that has to do with business, right? And then I had to add the collective because of trademark issues.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, I remember, like, right off the bat, you were like, "Nope, we handled all the trademark stuff from the very beginning."
Yeah, that's the one thing because, when you start a company, even my candle company, I didn't think it would be like a multi-million dollar company, which it's not, but I wanted to make sure that I was trademarking anything I possibly could. So my name, I infuse all the wax with real gold, and it's the only gold infused candle on the market. So I got a trademark, a trade dress for that. You just want to protect yourself at all costs. When you're creating something really cool, which you should think your product is cool, you should trademark it.
Yeah, I mean, people they don't think it's a big risk, but right after my podcast name actually got trademarked, like, somebody else popped up as the Messy Success Podcast, like, the exact same name,
Mm.
and I was like, "Man, I am so glad that I put on, like, my big girl pants and I took that step," right? Like, to protect myself, and I'm not like, I'm a very much community over competition person. So we sent like a very, like, not an official cease and assist, but just like, hey, by the way, we exist. Like, you
Mhm.
can't really use this name or whatever. And then honestly, I never even followed up to see if they got off the platform. But it was just so nice knowing that I had that like brand protection. And I
Yes.
can't I can't say that enough. I mean, I'm biased because I work with a trademark company, but still, like,
No, it's so important because there is no bigger hassle than finally honing in on everything in your business around a certain name. And then you want to expand and finding out, like, oh, you can't because there's other companies that have trademarked your name already.
yeah.
I have a friend that's going through the exact same thing right now, and it's a headache. It's like, as business owners, and you're already having a million things on your to-do list. So to pile on this huge, huge task and burden is like very overwhelming. So avoid it at all costs and just do it first and foremost.
Oh my gosh, yes, I couldn't agree more. And it's so accessible nowadays. Like there's ways you can do it yourself. There's ways you can hire an attorney, all the things. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I did with Goldwick. I did it by myself on LegalZoom, and it was,
Yeah.
I think, like 500 bucks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Joey's course is $500. It takes you through exactly how to do it yourself.
Yeah,
It's
there you go.
totally. It's very accessible, which is great. Okay, my second question was, this is so cool, is that the Like-Minded Collective is not on Facebook. It's on its own platform and it's all custom, right?
Yes. So I envision this to be the next Facebook meets LinkedIn for women entrepreneurs. I wanted to make this big, and I really wanted to be able to implement features that I wanted, that my users wanted. Like, I am all about feedback. So anybody knows, in every email, it's like, if you have any feedback or questions, like, please let me know, because I love it all. And I want to be able to adjust, and I want to be able to modify. So that's why it was really important for me to work with a developer one on one and create this completely custom platform to be able to provide whatever the users wanted. So, for example, for me, I'm able to implement ad space. So that's extra revenue for me. I'm able to customize all the different industries and categories that people have. I'm able to add search features, which can help people really find the perfect person for them. And now, as you know very well, I am able to add a communities feature. So I was able to include this whole new feature similar to Facebook groups, but on Like Minded Collective. So that's why it was really important for me not to go on Mighty Networks or Circle or just to create a Facebook group. I really wanted to create a new tech platform.
Yes, that's so awesome. And like something that is at the end of the day, like worth more than you, right? Like you can sell it, you can pass it down to your kids. Like you're building like an entire business ecosystem, that
Mhm.
like will eventually be able to run with or without you, which I think is so incredible.
Exactly. And I think I really wanted people to not be like, oh, it's just another community, right?
Right.
Because kind of what we talked about before, I think when people think of certain communities, they think of like salesy. And I didn't want it to be like that. I really wanted people to be like, oh, this is new. This is cool. This is where I get to like be seen.
Mhm.
And so that was important for me too. It's been quite the journey, and I've learned a lot along the way, but it was definitely worth it to create what I have today.
Yeah, and you're not fighting any algorithms and your users aren't fighting any algorithms, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, when you message somebody on Like Minded Collective, it is going directly into their inbox. When you're looking at the feed, it's going in chronological order. You can search the feed. That was one hurdle that I found before, is that Facebook had a horrible search function. Instagram just was horrible as well. So I really wanted to create the bread and butter of this whole platform around the search feature. So if you're looking for an influencer that charges less than $100 for a post, you can find that specifically on Like Minded Collective. The way that people show up in search results are by last login. So you know the people who are showing up first are more
Mm.
active. So it's little features like that that really make it time saving for whoever is using it.
Yeah, I remember noticing that it would show like most active or last. That's so cool. So, what advice would you have for someone who might be interested in starting like a tech project? I mean, to me, you're so brave and it's so admirable that you like took this leap to like literally build something from the ground up as far as tech and website and all that developers. I'm like, ooh, what are
Oh
the
my
fancy
gosh.
words?
Let me tell you though, I thought it was going to take me 3 months and cost like no more than $5,000. And it exceeded that and like by so much. And it took me 2.5 years to launch. So I probably I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and that was beneficial for me. Because
Mm,
if I knew how much it would cost and how long it would take, there's zero chance that I would have actually built it. So I'm happy I didn't know.
yeah.
What I know now and looking back, I wish that I would have educated myself a little bit more as far as the developers go. So I've gone through 4 different developers. I went through 8 different launch delays before actually launching beta. And I learned so much along the way, just even the language, the vocabulary, the terms, the software that I had to use to integrate everything together, which is like 7 different platforms, the different languages. I mean, everything was a learning process for me.
Yeah.
So I wish that I maybe would have reached out to people. And this is kind of advice that I just give any entrepreneur in general. If you want to do anything, try to find somebody who's a step or two ahead of you and maybe just ask them, like, hey, can we sit down so I could pick your brain for a little bit? And it doesn't have to be free. Ask them what their hourly rate is and
Mm,
go, pay them for an hour of their time and it'll save you thousands in the long run. Even ask them to maybe be a consultant for you on a call that you're having with a
mm,
developer. Just try to get people who know what they're doing to help you move through the unknown. I mean, tech is so confusing. It's complicated. People will lie to you left and right, tell you that they know what they're doing. They really don't. That they're not outsourcing, but they really are. It's a mess.
oh
So
my gosh.
definitely having somebody who knows what they're doing on your side, even if that means you have to pay for their time, do that. That's
Yeah,
that's
it's like
best piece of
I've
advice.
heard this in the beauty industry. It's like a called a business advisor.
Hmm.
And you can pay someone like as a consultant to just almost like be a board member for your business. Like someone who, like you said, is ahead of you. I'm like, that's cool. How do I become one of those?
Yeah, no, I have 2 advisors because
Yeah.
there were, women that I've connected with that have experience in, like, the aspect of business that I don't. I'm a solo entrepreneur, I'm running at, like, 80% all across all industries. So I need people who know 100% of certain aspects of business, and then I give them a percentage of equity to kind of be a sounding board for me. Um, it's difficult because there's not a lot of women in tech that could do that.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely find yourself some advisors. They're super beneficial.
Oh my gosh, that's really good advice. And I love that you shared that you're actually glad you didn't know because I don't know much, but I know enough to know that I wouldn't take that on. But it's like that's so beautiful that you can reflect on the project and say I'm really glad that I did take it on and that I did push through even though it took years.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I started off with I came up with the idea when my daughter was 3 months old, my first. And then I launched when I had 2 children, and the youngest one was 6 months old. So it was a journey. And for all the moms out there, like, how hormonal you get and how emotional. And so it was definitely a roller coaster of like, should I quit? After I fired my third developer, I was like, should I just quit? Like, this is insane,
Yeah.
Finding a new developer is so difficult. And I'm also like, wasting money essentially is what I was looking at. Like my grandma gave us a little bit, my parents gave us a little bit, and then the rest was my husband and my savings. So I was like, what am I doing? Like, this is insane for something that's taken already 2 years and there's nothing. And my husband, like, is incredible. And he's like, you just need to look at this as you're getting a hands on MBA, that this money is going towards your education because even if you don't launch, you're going to be able to get a job with the knowledge that you've built over the last 2 years of trying to launch something. And so I think changing my mindset around that. And then once it even like the day it launched and I started to get people to sign up and then people were collaborating and meeting in person and getting, just referrals and podcast exchanges, all of that was like, oh my gosh, it's so worth it. Like this is so amazing, all that time and effort was really beneficial.
Oh my gosh. And it really, like, I can see your commitment too, and that this is a long game, right? Like, you're just like chipping away at it, and this is a long game. And like 5 years from now, like, it totally could be the new LinkedIn, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like that tenacity of, I feel like you've gotten over the hump, right? And now it's like, now how can I get more people and how can I make it better and continue this journey? But I do feel like at least you got over that massive, like, hump of like wanting to quit.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it probably happened like weekly. And it still happens sometimes. You're like, oh my gosh, I have these goals, and then they're not being met. And you're just kind of in and I mean, I just had another baby 2 months ago. So it's also like that and sleep deprivation and running this on my own. So everybody knows as an entrepreneur, you're just going through ups and downs constantly, sometimes daily.
Yeah.
But it really does make a difference to have a support system, which is also another reason why I'm so grateful for Like Minded Collective, because there's women on there that I've become like actual friends. Um, and I'm able to just call on them or voice note them and just be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, help me.
Oh my gosh. I need to jump in there actually and see if there's anybody in my area. Like, I always forget to go in these virtual communities and just ask, like, hey, is anybody in Virginia Beach? Because I was just sitting here thinking last night, like talking to my husband, I was like, you have like your Chris. Like, you can just go over to his house for like an hour anytime you want. Like, all my friends are so far away. Like 45 minutes is just too far to just jump in the car and like go see them for an hour, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to start like jumping in some of these communities and just being like, who's an entrepreneur that is in my area? Because I kind of want someone that speaks that language. I don't really care what they do, it's like my social circles have really changed. And sometimes it's hard to be around someone that hates their job.
I know, I know. It's so funny. I have girlfriends that I've known for 20 to 25 years, and we're just like a big group of friends. And we go and like not a single person talks about work. And that is so bizarre to me sometimes because like that's all I think about all
Yes.
day. So it's just so different the conversation you have when you're with like entrepreneur friends versus just your childhood friends. Um, but yeah, in person is where it's at, like meeting people. I hope to start doing in person in Orange County in the next couple months. But definitely trying to find in-person events in Virginia Beach. Um, I think there's a military community up there. There's a lot of military
Mm-hmm.
spouses that are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And then you can just maybe start your own in person.
Oh my gosh. And my best friend is going to be out in Orange County or Newport Beach. They're side by side, right?
So Orange County is the county and Newport Beach is the city. So I'm in Irvine, which is like 5 minutes from Newport Beach.
Okay, she's gonna be in Newport Beach in like a month, so I will definitely connect you guys.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's gonna be there for like 2 months this summer. Anyway, I'm like, see, look at us like having a normal conversation. Oh yeah,
I
we're
know.
recording a podcast.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I know a lot of listeners are probably wondering, like, since this community is free, which I think is so incredible, and the amount that it offers for free, I've been so impressed with. Tell us a little bit about how do you make money? I know you mentioned ads, and I know you have some ways to like upgrade, but tell us a little bit about what that looks like.
Yeah. So, it is a business and I do have to make money, right? So, um, we do have a subscription. It's $59 a month. And the way that it works is we have twice a month, we do small group brainstorming. So the subscription is really a more hands on approach to help you move your business, move the needle forward. And I just break you up into smaller groups. You have at least 15 minutes to talk through a hurdle in your business that you're experiencing at that moment. And then people brainstorm with you. I was in a mastermind like 6 7 months ago, and that was the most beneficial part of the mastermind was just brainstorming with people through issues that I was having. So we do that twice a month. And then twice a month, we have an expert come in, and it's just hot seat coaching and Q&A. So whether that be social media, whether that be SEO, branding, just general business questions, affiliate marketing, finances. So twice a month, an expert comes in for hot seat coaching, and then twice a month we do small group brainstorming. And then like the whole archive of recorded workshops is included in that too. So that's one way, and that's $59 a month. Elizabeth has a code to get you 50% off your first
Yeah.
month. Um, but yeah, so that, and then we do have ads throughout the feed, but super tasteful and no pop-ups. Um, and that's just a way for businesses to get in front of, their target market, whether that be a podcast or a course they're launching or just their social media page, they want more followers, anything that they want to promote. And then we also have a resources page. So this is for, it's lower ticket. It's month to month and discounted if you want more than 1 month. But yeah, we have a resources page where you can promote your business with a link, and an image. And then we do ad space on the platform as well.
So cool. When it's like, I think the ads are different because you're like, I know this is another business owner like me, right? Like this isn't just like you trying to monetize the platform. It's like we're getting to see other community members and what they do and highlight them. And I love the idea of an ad for a podcast too. Like so smart. Like the one of
Yeah.
our initiatives this quarter for my business was like just to get more listeners. And
Mhm.
I didn't even think of something like that.
Yeah, because it's like my whole thing is I want to build and give as much for free as I possibly can to women who can't afford to pay for resources. But if you can afford to pay and that's in your budget to grow your business as far as marketing goes, then I want to provide the best possible way for you to do that. And curating the community with as many women entrepreneurs is my goal to help you promote your business, that way I can make money too. So
Mm.
everything comes full circle, and I just try to provide as much for free and as low cost paid items as I possibly can to provide the most amount of value.
Yeah, so good. And it's just such a good group of women. How many members is it up to now? It's like well over 1,000, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've had 1,600 people sign up for the platform, since launching about a year and 5 months ago, which is incredible. Obviously, not everybody is active. Some people haven't signed in months, but to have that many people go to the website and be like, wow, this resonates with me, feels really good. And so it's just about building. We have an affiliate program, so that definitely helps bring in qualified people, to engage and connect and build the community. So yeah, we have almost 1,600 women that have signed up.
That's so cool. That's so exciting. Like that feels huge to be an off Facebook platform. Like I know how hard it is to get people to convert, and even Jasmine Star's community recently switched from Facebook to off Facebook, and the engagement is significantly like less, right?
Mhm.
And I think anybody that can tackle like creating a community outside of Facebook is going to have, I don't want to say like a harder time, but you're going to have better qualified people that are hanging out because they're doing that extra step.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's why I went back and forth so many times with what I wanted to offer and what I wanted to really give. And I think by offering so much value, just like even the prompted posts on, like minded that I post, and the networking and having all the events on the platform, um encourages people to sign in. But it's difficult, right? Like, because it's another tab that you have open.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have an app. So it's going to be so much easier to just scroll. But yeah, it's not easy. You're constantly selling the free parts to like let people know what they can get just to get them to sign up.
Yeah, yeah. You do such a good job with the newsletters too, though. I've looked a lot at the newsletters that you send, and I forget exactly what it is, but that little part at the bottom that just like constantly reminds them of like what's going on and how to upgrade. I'm like, this is so simple but so smart to just kind of keep that really consistent. So it's like that reminder is always there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a salesperson. I've never taken sales. I just kind of have built this community and send out the newsletters with what I want. Like, I love your newsletters for the exact same reason because it's so simple. There's not a lot of copy. It's like, you want this workshop? I just actually signed up for the Chat GPT.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going to that right after this.
um so yeah, it's, it's super simple, and that's what I like. I don't like too many words. I don't like the stories. Just like, give me what I want, and that's it, right? With like an
Yeah.
image or two to just like help keep your eye where it's supposed to be. So that's what I try to do, and that's why I also love feedback, because one of the women who has been there from the very beginning of Like Minded Collective recently said, and she's an older woman, but she's the best. She's like, you send too many emails. And I'm like, you hate email regardless. But I will take what you said into consideration. And I'm trying to, you know, remove some of the other emails. Like, I was sending an email reminder for co-working, but now I'm removing co-working completely.
Mm,
Um, and so, yeah, it was definitely like, it's emails are so hard because I'm actually meeting with the person who's doing my new emails after this call too.
oh,
Um, trying to outsource as much as I possibly can. But thank you. I appreciate that. You just have to keep top of mind, right? Because people forget
yes.
about you. They get so many emails.
Yes, and the people I love to get emails from, I never am like, "Oh, like, here's another one." It's
Yeah,
like, it's only the ones that I'm like, "Oh gosh, I keep forgetting to unsubscribe," right? But the people that I want to hear from, I'm never annoyed, and I
right.
always tell my students, like, that won't email because they're like, "I don't wanna annoy my audience," and I'm like, "Well, do you get annoyed when your favorite store, say it's Old Navy, sends you those emails, or do you just wait till you need a pair of shorts and then you open the email?" Like
Exactly. And I think just being okay with people unsubscribing. Like,
Yes.
it's okay, right? Like, you want a good open rate. So the more people unsubscribe, the better your open rate is going to be and your click rate, because the people who are actually engaged in your community and in your emails are going to be opening them. So I even go through and, like, if nobody's opened an email in 4 months, I delete them
Yeah.
because I'm like, I want a better open rate and I don't want to bug these people. And I just, what's the point? They can subscribe again.
Yep.
I don't unsubscribe them, I just delete them.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they can, sign up again or email me and be like, "Hey, I missed your email." It's like, they can let me know and I can add them back in. But don't
Yeah.
be afraid and don't be offended when people unsubscribe. It could even be like my sister unsubscribed from mine.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it's like, it's fine, because it's not, she's also an entrepreneur, but it doesn't fit what she's doing. So why do I need to clutter her inbox? I don't. And I don't take anything personal when it comes to business.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I'm like, bring on the unsubscribes. It means we're emailing enough, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's just gonna happen. Like, it's just literally the nature of the game. Like, it's just gonna happen. It's like we can't avoid it.
I know. I know. It's just trying to build your email list and not getting offended when people unsubscribe are like, there's such a clash. But yeah, emails are so important, and I think people who don't like to send emails are missing out on a huge opportunity to get in front of their users, because as entrepreneurs, 90% of us are using email. Some prefer Slack for their team and everything, but everybody's in their inbox. Like, I have it open all day. So if I see something come through that I'm excited about, that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Slack internally so that I'm not, in my like I get lost in my email very quickly. So it's like, "Oh my gosh, what would I do without Slack and some of these other tools that we have?" All the
Mhm.
tools. Like, I was just talking to my friend this morning about a video editing software that I'm playing around with, and I'm like, "I really want this, but like literally another tool."
I know. I'm like a three screen person. I have like my laptop, then I have my big screen, and then I have like a medium screen. And on my medium screen is all my tools. There's like Asana,
Mm.
Trello, Slack, like email, like all this stuff goes on that one. Um, and it's just like, it's there for me to look at when I need. But yeah, I can't add any more. There's not enough room.
Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, well, I know we have a lot of community builders that listen to this podcast. So, what are some of your favorite ways to either get new members or to drive engagement in the group? Do you have any tips that you want to share there?
Yeah. Sign up for Elizabeth's email list. um, no, but seriously, I think just treating people as their, humans and friends instead of business. So maybe just asking personal questions like, what is your mindset this week? Like, what was your proudest moment for the first half of the
Mm,
year? Questions that really make people engage and then riff with each other in the comments back and forth. It doesn't have to be like, what is your favorite software to use for your business? That could be one, but I prefer to really get deeper in people, because once people really open up to a certain degree, then they're lifers. They just love what you have created.
yeah.
Um, so that helps me with engagement, just really diving into more personal questions. Like, what struggles have you had as a female entrepreneur is a good one. And then as far as just getting more people to sign up, I really am all about asking questions. When I have a connection call or I'm talking to somebody or somebody connects me with somebody else, I am always the one who first says, like, I would love to hear about you and your business. Like, tell me how you got started. And there's always follow-up questions. I never start with, okay, hi, nice to meet you. So let me tell you about Like Minded Collective.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
and that's so true because I remember, like, our coffee chat, and I was like, "Gosh, did I even, like, ask her enough questions about what she does? Like, I get it, but, like, I feel like I could ask more questions because I was probably answering all your questions."
Yeah, but I love that,
Yeah.
because for me, it really kind of hones in on like whether we're a good match or not, right? So I love asking questions, because the reason I started this is because I'm obsessed with female entrepreneurs and their stories and what they can provide, because my love language is connecting people. So if I learn about somebody and I can ask them questions to like dive in deeper to like what they offer and who they can help, then there's more people that I can possibly connect them with.
Mm.
And so I just love hearing stories. It's like when you have a connection call with somebody, just think of it as a podcast interview. You're like listening to while getting ready. Like you get to ask all these awesome questions to people who have so much knowledge. So that's why I love it. But that's the best way for that I've built community. Before I even launched Like Minded Collective, I had to build community through Instagram. And the way I did that was just shouting out other entrepreneurs. So
Mm.
connecting, like, thank you so much for this awesome call. Take a shot, take a screen, not a shot. You could take a shot, um, a screenshot or a photo, and post it on Instagram. They're going to repost, then you're going to connect. You're going to be in each other's inbox already. So just kind of keep that relationship going.
Yeah, I love that. You have so many great, like, leadership and community builder qualities. It's, like, my love language.
Thank you. There's also something else I do, which is super beneficial. In my email sequence, one of the last emails I send out, like not for subscribers, but just emails, is who can I connect you with? So, what area of business are you
Mm.
an expert on? And what area of business do you need help with? And I have an Excel sheet. And when people answer that question, they'll email me back an answer. And I kind of put them in an Excel sheet, like their name,
Yeah.
their email, what they are an expert in and what they need help with. And if I don't spend too much time on this, if I find a connection, then I send a connection email. But it's also a really good way to kind of like have people remember who you are, what you do. And if you connect them, then it's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, I love that so much. I just started the same, like, kinda building out a spreadsheet, just, like, master connection list spreadsheet because
Mhm.
I'm always like, "Oh, I know someone that does that," and it's like, to have that right at the tip of your fingertips is so valuable. Yeah, and I've gone in a couple groups and, posted. I have one friend who sent me over 50K in referrals last year, and I'm just like on a mission to pay it forward, like who can I connect you to this week? And
Mhm.
usually it's a week where I have like a little bit of capacity, like an hour, and I can sit down and, connect some of the people that responded. But those are always so well received. And most of those people reach out to me and want to have a coffee chat or hear more about what I do. And I'm like, it wasn't even about me. Like I literally was just trying to connect two people, right? Like,
Right.
but that's what happens.
I know. It's the best. And I think it comes naturally to some people and it doesn't come naturally to some people.
Yes.
Like I'm very fortunate that it does for me and it sounds like it does for you. I think kind of like what you were saying, like setting aside some time a week if it doesn't come naturally to you to like really make that your intention. Even on LinkedIn, when you have a
Mhm.
connection on LinkedIn, sending them like, hey, I would love to connect you with somebody in my network. What area are you looking for help with this week?
Yeah.
Even just little things like that, um, can help. build your network, build their network, and just keep you top of mind.
Yeah, so good. So I know that you're launching the community feature on Like Minded, but what else is coming up for you? Or is there anything else you want to share about the community feature or anything?
So yes, the community feature, which I am still toying around with the name, and it's still in beta, but it's basically just a feed. I wanted it to be super, super simple and easy to use. So there's a banner, there's a description, and there's a feed. And it's accessible through Like Minded Collective. So anybody you message on there is also on the platform. So I'm super excited to see how that grows. And that's essentially what I've been like really nose deep in recently, also with my developer going back and forth. So that is the newest addition to Like Minded Collective.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be so cool. Like, again, like this is all a long game, but I'm like, how fun will it be to be a fly on the wall and watch like all of this unfold? And I was like, I'll take advantage of an opportunity to build a new community on a different platform of people who have no idea who I am. And like I'm not fighting an algorithm. Like there's a lot to be said there. And that's why I do spend a lot of time in the communities that I'm in that are not on Facebook. I have to make the point to go over there, but it's like being in a whole different room. Like these people don't know me yet, right? Like Facebook groups, you really have to it's hard to be like seen and get people's attention because it's just so
Mhm.
loud.
It is. I
Yeah.
mean, there's good parts. I mean, Facebook groups, I can't. But other other communities. One of my friends actually, side note, started a Facebook group because she hated everything about the Facebook groups that she was in. Like, not allowed
Mm,
to promote your business, not allowed to talk about your business, or there's Facebook groups that charge you money to post about your business.
yeah.
So she created one, and it's really, really, really great. Curated something. But it's for like digital marketers to
Yeah.
connect and give referrals. So it's really great. But yeah, the good part about having communities like that where you're able to promote yourself, you're able to connect and build relationships with, is those relationships just grow so quick. And, especially if you're following each other on Instagram, you're just getting engagement left and right from those people because you're just building friendships. Like
Yeah.
I know there's a few people that I met through Entreprenista. And although the community wasn't really beneficial for me as far as like what they offer, but the connections that I've made with women was awesome. And then through those connections, I met more women and more women. It's like a big circle. Most of them are in Canada, which I love. But yeah, it's awesome when you actually dive into communities that offer, and have great people in it.
Yeah, it's like we can do the work ourselves and network in communities and have more authentic relationships, or we can like sit back and try to figure out paid ads, right?
Yeah, paid ads are an enigma for me.
Oh my gosh, so funny. Well, this was so awesome. After communities, what do you think will be next? Oh, you mentioned possibly an app. It's just like going to be this constant evolution, huh?
Yeah. I I really would love like any way to connect more people. So like even a job board is on my
Mm,
wish list. I would love that because I know that building a business is super difficult, that sometimes you need some side money, right? And so maybe getting a job as like a remote contractor for somebody could be beneficial. Or if you're building a business and you need to hire a few people, so I would love to include a job board eventually. And then my goal is to ultimately have the women on the platform create their own events and workshops so they can host it
mm.
whenever they want, the entire community. And that's a little bit more of a challenge to create. So that's probably like a year down the line, but that's the goal, just
Oh
to
my
have
gosh,
everything
so
through Like
cool.
Minded Collective.
Yeah, I mean, and even to have your subscribers have access to that, I think could be really valuable.
Hmm.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like this motivated me to want to go over there and hang out after this.
Yes, do it. And we have our networking is on the first Monday of every month at 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 Eastern.
Okay.
Um, and it's awesome. We do like another way for me to kind of get people to build deeper connections is we do small breakout rooms during the network call. So everybody goes around and says like a very quick introduction. I ask a fun question, and then I break them up into smaller groups and then ask a more like a deeper prompted question. So they can talk about that or they can talk about whatever they want, but it's smaller groups and you're really kind of building better relationships with people.
Oh, so good. I love it. I'm going to put it on my list. And we will obviously put all the links in the show notes and all that good stuff. But I'm so glad that we could have you today. And I will definitely be seeing you inside the group. And I guess I'll see you in the workshop in
Yeah.
20 minutes.
June 13th. Oh, I'm not going to that one.
Oh,
I
you're
have
going to get the
an
replay?
onboarding call, but I signed up because I'm really hoping that she sends out the recording.
I'm sure she will.
Because I'm so excited. The way that she like posted on her landing page, I was like, I need this 100%. So thanks for sending that out in your email.
Well, I heard recently that ChatGPT can even do code. So if you're like, I want to add a countdown timer to my website or something like that, I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's what my dad, this is like very off topic, but my dad is a software engineer, retired. And so he is like obsessed with just creating like little games through Chat GPT to see if like they're correct. He's like, they did this right, and then they did this right. And he's like, what would have taken me like a week, they did in 5 seconds. So he's like totally nerding out on all the code work. Yeah.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Sometimes I want to just like crawl under my refrigerator and hide from like all the changes, but then sometimes I really embrace it.
I know. And I think this workshop is going to be awesome because I've recently started using it in a different way to help my business. I don't create content, so it's not for that, but just messaging and different, ways that you talk about your business and what you offer. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what she has to say. I've learned to love it.
Yeah, and I use it because I'm not very good at grammar. So I'm like, can you just clean up my grammar in this email? And it's like,
Oh, that's
poof.
awesome. I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm super like I write like the shortest, like most elementary sentences because I always am like, is this going to be a run-on sentence?
That's awesome.
Oh
Well,
my
you should
God.
get Grammarly. I know it's another thing to add, but I have Grammarly. It's super, super helpful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one too. All right, Inbal. Well, thank you so much, and I will see you soon. I'm so glad you were able to be on with us today.
Awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah. All right, if you want to connect with Inbal or join the like-minded collective, this is episode 120. So you can check out the show notes at elizabethhenson.co/E120. And we will have all of Inbal's links. We'll have a special code for you to join Like-Minded Collective. And I'm actually teaching a workshop in there this week. So I'm sure you will have access to that as well as many other amazing workshops and opportunities to connect with other like-minded women. I can't say enough about how much I love the little space, and I just need to hold myself accountable to spend some more time there. So again, this is episode 120. If you loved this, if it was helpful, make sure that you reach out to Inbal. Make sure you leave us a review or share this episode with a friend. We are always so, so grateful for each and every one of you that donates your time and attention to join us here on the Messy Success Podcast. So have a good one, and we'll see you guys soon.